Quiet Place Day 1, but I don't want the aliens to come down and kill me. Wait, you're saying that that's fiction? Oh, so I can talk as loud as I want. Sick! So A Quiet Place Day 1 was written and directed by Michael Sarnoski based off of a story that he conceived with John Krasinski, the mastermind behind one of the most brilliant IPs for a horror movie that I can remember. And this is the same director who gave you this hidden gem starring Nicolas Cage, Pig, which if you haven't seen before, I highly recommend it. And summer blockbuster season is continuing. This is a highly anticipated prequel release here at the end of June, right at the halfway point of 2024, which can you believe that? I was hyped to see it mainly because I loved both of the previous Quiet Place movies, and I was curious to see how this story actually all started. Because this adds a whole new layer to things. It sets it in the big city, the Big Apple, New York City, on day one of A Quiet Place. Which, on average, the movie tells you that New York City gives off a sound of 90 decibels. That is insane. This prequel stars the excellent Lupita Nyong'o as a terminally ill woman during the beginning stages of the Quiet Place invasion. Which, in case you've been living under a rock and don't know what these aliens do, they basically wreak all sorts of pandemonium all over the place. Wherever they invade, they don't care who they attack, they don't care who their victims are. But the stipulation is they have an acute sense of hearing. So in order to stay alive, the human beings must stay quiet. And across the board, the first thing I'll say is this cast, the people they got for this movie, phenomenal. Lupita Nyong'o continuously proves to everybody that she is one of the powerhouse actresses working right now. And it's a shame that the Academy never really recognizes her. They never really recognize any sort of genre horror piece like this. Unless your name, of course, is Silence of the Lambs. But, as I'm sure is the case, Lupita Nyong'o will probably just be ignored once again. And I honestly don't think she should be. She was amazing in this movie, as she always is. I will say that her character being a cancer patient made it very easy for me to predict her outcome. And sure enough, what I thought was going to happen to her did. But I think it was all about how you get to that destination. And I gotta commend Michael Sarnoski, the writer-director of this, for a multitude of different reasons. First of all, he continues to showcase that he is a master behind the camera, and he is one of the most underrated directors out there right now. The shots that you're able to get out of this, the sound design, the sound mixing, how these aliens look, the action sequences. I think this is a perfect blend of intense thriller and big blockbuster action set pieces. And you can just sense based off that combination, A Quiet Place has such a gigantic, vast appeal to the general public. It would not surprise me if this movie surpasses $1 billion. Even though the only movie in 2024 to pass that mark was Inside Out 2. Crazy to think that. I think Day 1 actually has a legit shot to make it. The other thing that really impressed me about Day 1 is that as a prequel, it already has an uphill battle. We kind of know what we're expecting here. I'm really glad that this script did not go down the dramatic irony path where you kind of know what's going to happen. You kind of expect what's going to happen to these characters. But no, these characters are so emotionally fleshed out. There's so many sweet and tender moments here, most of which are brought on by Joseph Quinn, who continues to impress me in everything he does. Those of you who don't know Joseph Quinn by now, you probably have never seen Stranger Things before and you don't know who Eddie Munson is. I think this is all you really need to know about him so far.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this!
Love you, Lindsay, I had to. But this guy is so freaking grounded in this movie. I think above all the performers, Lupita Nyong'o I was expecting to be great. Quinn was the one who impressed me the most, just because of how he was able to kind of become the character in a way. Him and Nyong'o share so many sweet moments in this movie, and this is a rarity. But A Quiet Place Day 1 becomes another in a long litany of blockbusters like Home Alone, Spider-Man 2. A Quiet Place Day 1 is really going to make you want a slice of pizza. That's a huge spoiler without context that none of you will understand unless you've seen this movie. Damn it, now I really want pizza. But as I've said, across the board, the talent is fantastic, Nyong'o and Quinn notwithstanding. Alex Wolff is freaking unrecognizable in this movie. Like literally, it took me until right before I sat down and started recording with you guys. It took me that long to register that that was Alex Wolff. I was watching this with Lindsay last night, and I was like, where have I seen this guy before? Lo and behold, it's the guy in Hereditary, Alex Wolff. Yeah, and he's really freaking good. Djimon Hounsou also reprises his role from A Quiet Place Part 2. He's really freaking great in this. Like, even the cat that they get for this. Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o has an emotional support animal, and this cat is really freaking great in the movie as well. Everybody is. Michael Sarnoski, the director, John Krasinski, once again has a great story, and his idea is fully realized here. I love the added layer of actually setting A Quiet Place movie in the big city, especially right at the beginning of when hit the fan. Because on the surface level, like, what the heck is going to happen when you have 8 million some odd people, however many are living in New York right now, and they don't know what the heck to do about these aliens? And that's kind of something that I wish the movie capitalized on a little bit more. It's not like it ignores the whole concept of, oh, this is a Quiet Place movie. It's in New York City. It's going to be really freaking loud there. Really easy pickings for these aliens. And they don't really dig as deep as I wanted them to. Also, without really spoiling anything, my biggest issue with this movie is that there are 2 glaring plot holes here that were not addressed whatsoever. Number 1, I watched this movie with my girlfriend Lindsay last night because this is a rarity for her. She does not like horror movies that much. She loves A Quiet Place. Again, more proof that this IP has a vast appeal, not just to horror fanboys like me, but to a casual audience member like my girlfriend. Let me also just say for the record that she is an avid cat lover. Once we move in together, we are going to get a cat. So she loved watching this cat. Every single second on the screen, every single close call that this cat goes under, every single time you think the cat's gonna die, like, oh my god. Like, we were gripping the seat in each other's hands as hard as we possibly could. Like, this was an intense movie, man. But Lindsay said something to me on the drive home that I can't help but agree with. She said that cats are noisy. If they want something from you, if they want your attention, if they want to cuddle you, they will meow as loud as they possibly can to get your attention. This freaking cat in A Quiet Place Day 1 does not meow one time. And I can't help but agree with her sentiment. That's very unrealistic. And again, another huge missed opportunity for this movie to capitalize on some thrilling aspects. Like, you had the given circumstances right there. The cat is so innocent to his surroundings. Like, he can't help but call out for his mother. Like, what would happen if an alien came down and just ambushed this cat out of nowhere? Granted, it would make my girlfriend very, very sad indeed. But yeah, that's a really good point on her part. This cat does not meow one time. It's very unrealistic in that sense. And something else that I just can't help but shake past. This is Quiet Place Day 1, right? Right at the beginning of what establishes what A Quiet Place is. I feel like it's super unrealistic that a lot of these human characters figure out almost right away that you can't talk around these aliens. And it's never really addressed how characters like Djimon Hounsou's character figures it out. It's never really established how these other supporting characters are really surviving out here. I mean, it is, but it's never really explained how they figured out that you can't talk around these creatures. Otherwise, you're dead meat. So this is just me nitpicking stuff, guys, because honestly, I loved this movie. There were a couple of super unrealistic plot points that I just can't quite shake. But aside from a couple of little plot holes here and there, this was a super intense movie. Another really solid entry into the Quiet Place lore. Great performances all the way across. Michael Sarnoski continues to prove to be a magnificent director. The music choices and the score in this movie are also so great. In a movie that is about a silent atmosphere, the sound has to be perfect, and the sound choices have to not miss a beat. And thankfully they don't. Again, for a prequel, a lot like Furiosa last month, you establish some great characters that you can still get invested in. And you want to see where these characters turn up, albeit with one very predictable outcome for our main character. I thought this was a really good movie, guys. I think it's absolutely must watch on the big screen this summer. I'm going to give A Quiet Place Day 1 an A-. And I can't wait to see more spin-offs, more sequels out of this universe. I can't wait to see what else Michael Sarnoski does as a director. But let me know what you guys thought of Day 1. Let me know down in the comment section below what your favorite Quiet Place movie is so far. And let me know if you guys have any pitches for spin-offs. I want to hear all of them and then some down in the comments. If you've stumbled upon this channel for the first time, do consider subscribing. Tap on that thumbs up as well. That would be a huge help. Thank you again for a fantastic first half of 2024. Thank you again for your patience as I navigated a vacation over the past week and a half or so. I hope you guys enjoyed the pre-recorded content that hit the channel while I was gone. But full speed ahead into July and the second half of what's been a really solid year for movies and for entertainment. And I can't wait to have you guys join in along for the ride. Also, it's coming to that time of year. look out for my annual Blu-ray collection. It's grown. I'm saving up a little bit, so it's not going to be as updated as last year's Blu-ray collection was, but I can't wait to do that video again. It's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all are the best, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.